There are days where it does frustrate me. When everything looks like it should work, and certain issues don't. But that's why I try to limit it to only a couple hours a night. Because otherwise, if I'm having a bad night and I continue to play, it just accelerates things. Because I've noticed that I tend to play worse when I'm not calm. You just tracked three AA. Okay. That's not so bad. Especially for the fact that it does a lot of things more than just light up the keyhole. Yeah, I'm definitely not at the top of my game when I'm upset. I play much better when I'm just calm, cool, collected, at peace, at zen. Once I begin to get on tilt, I begin just making a whole bunch of mistakes. Oh, that diving headbutt. No, yeah, I've learned going through the middle is a terrible idea because that fan will push you into those boxing boxes. Glove boxes. I don't have an appropriate nickname for them yet. And then you'll just fall off. Why did I walk over that? I learned after the very first map, do not walk on them, jump on them. It is a momentum thing. This is what I'm talking about, making mistakes. Grab a sandwich from the authentic deli. I am hungry, actually. I have not eaten today, and it's already 5:30. All I have next to me are granola bars. But yeah, I'm actually planning on going to the store tomorrow to pick up a sub. Gotta get some work done. Figure while I'm out I can pick up a sub. But yet, over 4.5 hours, still haven't seen Peg win. I said it before, I think they were just touting the Penguin as a new map, and they just held it back. They lied. It doesn't really exist. Ah, you had frozen tequilas? Taquitos. Wow. Now, frozen tequila is an entirely different thing. That would be like a tequila ice pop. Which, actually, isn't probably the worst thing. I mean, I've heard of beer sickles. Wow. Okay. Refocus. That's fine that I got thrown off. I only need 2 more rings. Half have qualified. Just barely, but made it. Yeah, I have no idea what my dinner will be, though. I'll figure something. I'll probably have, like, hamburgers or something. I have, a couple pounds in the fridge de-thawing. But when I'll eat the dinner is all up to when I stop the stream, which Like I said, I'm going until at least I get a win. If that means I don't get to eat for 3 days, then I ain't eating for 3 days till I get a win. Now, you had burgers last night. Yeah, that's kind of my go-to when I have no idea what else to eat. So I always tend to have a couple pounds in the freezer, just ready just in case. Probably not the healthiest option, but eh. Patience pays off. Patience, young Padawan. And first. Yeah, there's definitely worse options, but that's why I tend to go for 80% beef instead of 70. Years and years ago I was going for the 70%, but that ended up being way too unhealthy for me. Won't go into it, but may have been some degree of chest pain from having that many fatty burgers. I mean, I should probably go for 90%, but that ends up being not enough fat. Snowy scrap. Yet again. We should have like a counter. The number of times we've seen this Katamari style level. I think I've qualified on this map every time but one. But still, we're on Penguin Watch now. You know what? I'm officially announcing it. We are on Penguin Watch. The rare and elusive Penguin, where are you? I might actually look on Twitter to see if anyone else has seen the Penguins today. Maybe we're just incredibly unlucky. Maybe it's a common map and I'm just not getting it. Why is our blue guy being an aggravator? We're already down one. 17 people qualified. We have 4 on our team. That means... Actually, how does the math work out for that? If 17 people qualified and we only have 4 on ours, that means that 13 are split between red and yellow. Why did the teams get uneven like that? That means 6, 7, and 4? Da 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 Katamari Damacy. Yeah, da 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 da. I don't know the rest of the words. I was saying earlier, Katamari is one of those games that is an experience everyone needs to have. Every gamer. Like, seriously, how was the team split there? We had 4 blue, 17 people qualified. So that means a 5, a 4... Wait, what? I feel like my math might be off there. 17 people qualified, we had 4. 13 were left to split. Yeah, 7, 6, and 4. That's 17, right? Yeah, I tried playing Nobi Nobi Boy. That was another game that they made. Played it for like one day and that was it. What else have the devs made? There was one game that came out on the PS4 maybe a year ago that looked like something that they had made, but it was made by a completely different dev studio. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Watam. So Watam was made by the Katamari Damacy. I thought it was made by a different dev team. Okay. So yeah, Watam was one of those games that looked like it was made by Katamari because of how insane it was. But yeah, again, I thought it was made by a different studio. Huh. Alright, let's cut this guy off if we can, make an entire, like, chasm. Alright, that should be enough. I feel like this map, as much as I want to play it like Hexagon, doesn't work to that. Like, there's a big thing about wanting to cut off the other players. But if I try and cut off that guy right there, he's now got a huge area to work with. So now he's cut off. I might be able to make that jump. I just need to time it right. I also need to learn the colors. What is too dark? Booyah, baby! Win number 251! We got there. Oh. First win of the day. Only took us 4 hours and 56 minutes. My god. Win 251. There we go. First of the season. Doesn't mean I'm stopping though, I'm gonna keep going. Now I can eat. That deserves a granola bar. Oh my god. I mean, I've had days where I've gone a long time without a single win, but for some reason, it's actually not as frustrating today. I think primarily because a lot of these levels are brand new, so I'm learning with everyone else. It's not like I'm losing at something where I have a lot of experience and feel like I'm better than other people. I'm in the same playing field as everyone else. We're all equals right now. Any other day, there'd probably be a bit of rage. But no, still calm, cool, and collected right now. But now the pressure is off. We've gotten a win today. We're fine. Oh, huge sigh of relief. I'll have to post that to Twitter later. Oh my god, I just realized something. All of my Season 2 wins that I posted on Twitter were just game audio. This is now gonna have my game my commentary over it. Uh-oh. Whoops. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh well. Might have gotten a little bit too excited there. Let's see if I can go for 5 in a row, though. I'm still looking for that one trophy. Oh, really? That's nice. Apparently, according to Pi, in Wantum, all the trophy icons are letters, and if you collect them all, they spell out, "Congrats, you collected all the trophies." Now, here's a question. Is that an anagram for anything else? Can you make any other combination of words with that? I feel like if I was a trophy designer and I went with that route, I would have multiple anagrams that were possible. Then again, I'm also devious. But yeah, Season 2, 85 wins, I think. I've always thought I had 85 wins, but apparently with this whole crown counter thing they have, they might have counted pre-crowns as well. I don't know. Season 2, 165, I'm absolutely sure about that. And Season 3, 1 win! Maybe, but too many letters for you to decipher, yeah. Just make a puzzle game out of it. Rearrange these letters. I feel like there's another game that's done that too. At least one on Steam, because I've seen people post achievements that spell out something specific. Like they'll aim for certain achievements and then put on their profile in a specific order from that one game a certain word, like their own name. Alright, so we've gotten 1 win on the day. Let's say I don't want to commit to any specific number, because then I'll be on pressure again. I'll feel pressure that I have to get that many wins. Then I may perform less than optimal. But I would like to see at least 3 wins today. But if not, then oh well. Actually, I can actually edit my Twitch page now from 250 wins to 251 wins. Booyah, baby. And just, you know, despite the fact I have a little bit more confidence in Thin Ice now that I've gotten a win on it, and I feel like my early strategies just do not work. It takes an entirely different approach than Hexagon does. It's all about clearing out the tiles as quickly as possible, not in any specific way, but just clearing them out, just running around willy-nilly. Because the first couple of layers, it takes 9 steps before it melts down to the bottom. Running around as much as possible to deplete the ice, and then once it gets down to the final layer, then you start strategizing, but no need to do that beforehand. So I will now bump up my 3% confidence in Thin Ice to about a 10% confidence. Yeah, sometimes randomness wins. If I don't know what I'm doing, then surely none of the opponents know what I'm doing. You can't read my movements if I don't know where I'm moving to. It works for... Yeah, exactly. It works for Deadpool. I feel like that's an actual comic strip where Xavier's trying to read his mind, and it's just such chaos, he can't do anything. Which, the new Spider-Man movie, they've been recently announcing a whole bunch of stuff for that. I don't want to go into spoilers, because some people want to go into that completely blind, and I appreciate and respect that. But they've been making a lot of announcements for Spider-Man recently about who's going to be in it. I won't say who's going to be in it, but I'm just waiting right now for them to announce one specific actor. Because it would be perfect. It would be Kismet. It needs to happen. They've been announcing a bunch of other actors, and that's getting me excited for the new Spider-Man movie, but if they announce this one guy... that would be gold. Although also I'd have to worry about whether or not that actor in question would end up outshining Tom Holland. Because you don't want a cameo to make the entire movie. But yeah, Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man? I forgot what the prefix on that is, but it's shaping up to be potentially a gigantic movie. I just kind of hope they're going in the route I think they're going. Which a lot of people think they're going. Come on, fingers crossed for Penguin. Wall guys. Son of a bean. So if you remember right, it's that he beat someone who could read minds. I want to say it was Xavier. But again, it could have been some... There's a lot of people in the Marvel universe who can read minds. Could have been Phoenix. Actually, I feel like it might have been Phoenix. Actually, it makes more sense that it would have been Phoenix. Just a couple of honks. I haven't really been honking today. Normally that's my thing. I love just randomly honking at everyone. Okay, just a few inches closer. There's too many bodies. There we go. Alright, that's not high enough to make it, but at least if we wait... Give it a few seconds, we might be able to make this jump. Oh! Not gonna name and shame, but, we all saw that. We saw what that Viking did. Thankfully I was able to grab in time, but still. We know who you are. And if we make it... Well, we've made it to the finale. If you make it to the finale, Mr. Viking, we know what we're gonna do. I've declared this many times over. I only grab when I'm grabbed. I'm a peacekeeper. That means throwing out an agitator? Well, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. That's my role. Speaking of roll, time for roll off. Unintended segue. Now, just to verify that yeah, that is the same Viking. So we know he's a graboid. Okay, so the Bulletkin is also a graboid. Oh my goodness. We are up against a few. Watch your little butt. He is being aggressive with the grabs. Look at him. Well, I think he just got eliminated, so no longer worrying about Mr. Viking. However, we still have 2 bullets to worry about, and I did not catch which one of those was grabbing earlier. 2 bullets, 2 penguins, a nerd, a Krampus, and a cat. Oh, there goes a few. Do I need to watch out for the nerd? He was getting rather close, but it could have been either to grab or just to position himself. Hard to tell. No, my goodness, I should have died. I should not have lived through that. That jump should have caused me to ragdoll into the slime. Okay, down to 3. I'm somewhat confident. Wait, are we down to 2? Booyah, baby! Win number 252! That is 2 in a row. We're on our way to the inconceivable trophy? Probably not. I don't have that much faith in myself. But 2 in a row. And oddly enough, both of the new finales. 251 was Thin Ice, and 252 was Roll Off. I'm gonna go crazy if I can actually get the inconceivable trophy today. There's no way I can do that. I've worked for months trying to get... The best I've had is 4 in a row, like maybe 4 times? I want to say I've gotten 4 in a row 4 times in the past few months. If I could get 5 in a row today, day 1 of Season 3, while I'm streaming this, that would be the biggest cherry on top of all. Yeah, don't need to worry about me getting cocky. I try to stay humble. I try to. Although with games like Fall Guys, my head does inflate a bit. But that's primarily because I put the hours into it. I would say there's 2 games, and only 2 games that I am this confident about. Worms Armageddon, or Worms World Party, which take your pick, they're essentially the same game, and Fall Guys. Those 2 games are the only ones that I have enough confidence to say that if I play someone else, I'll probably win. I put a lot of time into Medal of Honor Allied Assault back in the mid-2000s. I was a ranked player in my guild, clan, whatever it was back then. We had a lot of wins. What was it, ASF? I think it was Clan ASF. But in Medal of Honor Allied Assault, we were a pretty darn good team. But even back then I knew that I was not a top-tier player. Yeah, Worms Rumble is free on PlayStation Plus. I need to put some time into that. I played it when it was on beta for the first week, a couple of games, and I managed to get 2 wins, I think it was. But Worms Rumble is completely different than Worms Armageddon. For one, the ninja rope is not as OP as it was in the old days, and two, it's a real-time thing, so it's not a turn-based style game anymore. But classic Worms, back in the day, I could compete with pretty much anyone and have confidence that I was going to win. Medal of Honor Light Assault, despite putting hundreds of hours in that in the mid-2000s, I knew my place. I was not a top-tier player. Fall Guys, I don't want to put myself as a top-tier player because I know about people like Grand Pooh Bear and people like Inventor Blades. They are top-tier players. I haven't reached that status yet, but I'm getting there. Oh, the last Worms game you played was a 3D one? That probably put a bad taste in your mouth. I played that one. I can't recommend it to anyone. Worms 3D or Worms 4 Mayhem, both not really great Worms games. I mean, if you want to play a 3D Worms game, play Hog of War. That was an original PS1 game that was essentially 3D Worms. And I feel like they did Worms 3D better than Worms did. Like, even going back to Team Fortress 2, put a lot of hours in that in, like, 2007 to 2010. A couple years into that game. Not even close to a top-tier player. Let's see. What other game? Like, there's a number of games I've put hundreds of hours into over the years. Binding of Isaac. Once upon a time, I might have been a top-tier player. Absolutely not, no more. I haven't played that game in years. If I were to try and play it now, I doubt I could even beat Mom. Plus, they've added so much to that game, I feel like my original OP runs aren't even possible. They've nerfed a lot. And apparently there's supposed to be a new Binding of Isaac DLC coming out by the end of this year, which, while I'm excited for, I'm also worried about because it's just going to add more complication to the game that's already insanely difficult. Yeah, the big thing with Worms is you need other people to play with. That's why the original Worms was so great. I think even to this day, Worms Armageddon still has an active community. Like, you can go online and play against other people with no problem of finding a game. The biggest issue with Worms nowadays, and this is speaking from someone who has a lot of experience, a lot of hours, and is well in the know about this, players of Worms are elitists. I love Worms, but the community are elitists. You go back and you try and play a Worms Armageddon, Worms World Party these days, they expect anyone and everyone who enters their game to know all the rules for all the modes. You're just looking for a random game online. Well, you better know what they're referring to. If it has the title of a shopper, you better know what ABL stands for, what CBA stands for, what ATL, COWS are. You better know all these acronyms or they are booting you upon entry. Worms is quite toxic if you don't know the acronyms and what you're getting into. And I love Worms, but the community has not really thrived in a positive manner, let's say. Like, I've actually forgotten a lot of the acronyms, and I'm worried that if I were to try and play Worms now, I'd get booted because I've forgotten some of those acronyms. I can recite some of them off the top of my head, but still. And who knows? Like I said, it's been years since I played Worms. Maybe that's changed. But I just remember the last time I tried to play, a bunch of people got booted upon entry because they couldn't recite the acronyms. Which is not the way you want to approach a game. That's bad community. You want to be open to new players. You don't want to be restrictive. If they don't know the rules, tell them. Have it in the opening post when they enter. You don't know? Okay, here's what they are. To flat out expect people to know everything, it's just not really a community I want to be a part of. Put it that way. Oh no, Zach, you've burned bridges with the Worms community. Whatever will you do? Now, I haven't played Worms in years, so... While I would like to go back and play Worms Rumble, that's another thing. I doubt the Worms Rumble community are the same as the Worms Armageddon, because the Worms Armageddon people, they tend to stay with Worms Armageddon. They don't branch out. New Worms games keeps coming out, and they just stick to the original, which is fine, because a bunch of the newer games change things. They've changed the rope. Physics are different. They're not quite what they used to be. I can understand that. But a game like Worms Rumble, which breathes new life into the series, should be open. I don't know, it just seems like the Worms community are just very resistant to change and new things. And again, this is speaking from someone who has hundreds of hours and used to consider himself a top-tier player. So since you've gotten back into Final Fantasy XIV earlier this year, the community is so nice. See, that's a great thing. It's great when you have a game with a community that's actually accepting of people, that's not restrictive, that's not closed off from others, that isn't an elitist group. So good on Final Fantasy XIV there. Because that game's been going on for a long time. It's not my cup of tea, but it's still... it's great that they're that accepting and that open to people. Why aren't y'all going for the boxes? Those will accelerate us to a high speed where we can collect more snow rather quickly. Come on, Blue, up here. Go towards boxes. Boxes are good. Now, I will admit, when I first did this map, I was worried that the boxes punching us would cause our percentile to go down. But it doesn't do that. No, what are you doing? I mean, thankfully yellow is not great either, but I'm very concerned with blue team not actually purposely avoiding the boxes. Like, it's not just one person, it's the entire team trying to avoid the boxes. That's what's weird. Come on, guys. Like, I'm not going to be an elitist and say you should know the meta for this map and always go for boxes. That would be pompous of me and arrogant, and I'm not for that, but... we still qualified. Barely, though. That's one of the things with playing in pubs, is that without the chat room, without any type of communication, I can't really express to these other three people that the boxes are good. They could have the same fears I did when I first did that map today. Like, if this was another type of game, there'd be like little pop-ups you could do, say, follow me, follow me. I would guide them. Guide you to the boxes. Oh, that is awesome. According to Pi, apparently the Final Fantasy IV community... Final Fantasy IV? No, Final Fantasy XIV community are actually doing a Toys for Tots drive. That's amazing, man. I love to hear stuff like that. Oh my god. Whew, watch out for Snowman. Massive graboid. If we can avoid that Snowman, and we can beat... I think that Snowman's our biggest threat right now. If we can avoid him and win this, that'll put us at 3 in a row. Do not count my chickens before they hatch. They may not even be chickens. At this point in time, those chickens might be raptors, ready to eat my face off. So I will not count them. Just focus, calm down, and breathe. There goes Snowman. Our biggest threat is now gone. That's not to say any of these other two might be secret graboids, who are just biding their time till near the end to grab. Entirely possible. Booyah, baby! Win number 253. We are on a streak. That is 3 in a row. Thin ice. Roll off, roll off. Can we get the inconceivable trophy today? Can we do it? Oh man. See, this is how this game works. You spend 4 hours, not a single win, then you get 1 win, followed by another, followed by another. We are on a streak. Oh, see, that's nice. Like, in Final Fantasy XIV, you'll have people occasionally reminding people to stay hydrated. That's awesome. I love that. Wellness checks are awesome. Making sure your community, your friends, your player base, people you're playing with are fine, healthy, they're not overdoing it. I love it. I mean, I don't know. It seems like not enough games and not enough players do that these days. I know MapleStory used to have something similar where every hour on the hour, they would notify you that you've been playing for X amount of hours, and after a certain period of time, they would say, maybe you need to take a rest. But that was just an automated thing. They just built that in. But to have actual players doing this, that's completely different. That's not an automated message. That's not a robot. That's not a machine. That's actual players concerned. They're actually worried about the actual players, the other people in the game. So I love to see that. A community looking out for each other. Oh, there goes my voice. A community looking out for each other. Wait, I can change my Twitch stream again from 251 to 253 because I forgot to update it last time. And I think especially now, considering that everything's been going on in the country, getting those reminders and getting those notifications from other people, not just automated machines, but actual other people who are looking out for you, telling you to stay well, do whatever you need to do to keep your mental health fine, that's helpful. It is surprisingly more helpful than you would think. Mental health is a real problem for a lot of people. That's why they'll go to games like this, or I keep wanting to say Fall Guys, Final Fantasy XIV. they have these games that they go to relax, to get their mind off of things, and being able to see messages from other people to know that they're cared about, it's very helpful. Hey, BW! Dude, how are you doing? Thank you! Thanks for that resub, man. I think that, yeah, 25 months. You are the longest subscriber here on this channel. I think as soon as I became affiliated, you subscribed. And I can't thank you enough for... I haven't streamed for 2 years, and you are still maintaining that subscription every month. That is insane. Thank you so much. You came at a perfect time, too. I just got my 3rd win of the day. 3rd in a row, actually. After 4 hours of not getting a single win, 3 in a row. How do you... There you go. That is insane, man. Oh, dude, thank you. Really do appreciate that. I just... Like, I was mentioning it earlier to Tui, that... I think you were here too, Pi. Right? When I mentioned that, sadly, my capture card is not working anymore, so I can't do console games, but what I'm planning on doing is potentially doing more streams on PC games. Like, I've got a lot of Steam games in my backlog, 3D platformers specifically, like Yooka-Laylee, Hat in Time, etc., that I would be able to do, and I'm thinking about starting that back up. It won't be the console games that I wish I could do, because it really does hurt that I can't do Tools of Destruction. But I can at the very least do some PC games. Put out some sort of content. Because I do miss this so much. This is one of those things that puts so much just... I don't even know how to describe it. It was, I don't know, cathartic? It was being able to stream and let out my thoughts and do all this stuff. It's such a different atmosphere than I'm used to. Because I'm not a social person. I'm very asocial, so... being outspoken on YouTube, Twitch, Let's Plays, all that, it's so different for me. It's such an interesting outlet. But again, thank you so much, dude. The big thing for me is that it is legitimate guilt. Like, I have a lot of guilt in the back of my head that a year and a half ago, for 10-year anniversary, promised Tools of Destruction. Everyone's been waiting for that for so long. And for various reasons, I only recorded that first episode, and then when I was looking at the capture card again earlier this year, it wasn't working. So there's just a lot of guilt that I can't fulfill a promise that people have been waiting for so long. But I want to provide something. And doing something like Hades, doing something like Yooka-Laylee, Hat in Time, Skylar and Plux, so many different games that are in my backlog that I've been holding off on. I have legitimately been holding off on a lot of these games because I've wanted to stream them, to share my first experiences with them. But it's like, well, I gotta do Tools of Destruction first. I promised Tools of Destruction, I have to do that one first. That's gotta be a priority. I can't do Tools of Destruction. What am I gonna do? So, I've got to find a way to make up for it. I don't know. No, I cannot ask for that. I had a donation thing up before I took down because I honestly do not think I've earned it. I don't deserve it. I have taken so many breaks from YouTube over the years. I have not earned any sort of donation from y'all. I gotta work my way back up. That's the way I see it. I appreciate the thought, though. Thank you for that. You're known around Twitch for breaking streamers with donations? Are you really? There's no way I could accept that, though, man. Honestly, I don't think I've deserved it. Maybe once I start putting out content again on a regular basis, but as it is right now, I want to earn it. I want to feel like I've earned it. I mean, speaking of that, one thing that, I don't know, I can probably mention this. I don't think the non-disclosure is still valid. Over a year ago, I actually lost my contract with Fullscreen, so even on YouTube, any ads you see are not my doing. I'm not getting a dime off YouTube or nothing. Yeah, exactly. Having community interactions like with Ni no Kuni. I love being able to do stuff like that. Getting y'all in... That's the entire... That's my mantra with Let's Plays. Let's Plays are let us play. I'm very big on the words. Let us play. It's all about the community. We are playing it as a group. So when I do stuff like Epic Mickey and I have a poll saying, well, which route do you guys want me to take? I want y'all to have some say in it. If I'm doing Infamous, I want y'all to have some say. It is let us play. It's not just a basic playthrough, otherwise I'd be referring to it as that. You think the biggest donation was $1,200 in one donation? Holy crap, man. That is a big spender. That is very generous. That probably made someone's day. Yeah, Ni no Kuni was indeed the origin of the authentic deli. Because for whatever reason, I don't even know how it happened, but during the playthrough I refused to use any sort of food items. And then over time I realized, well, you know, with all these food items, I'm just gonna open up a deli. And that was the roleplay I was going with the entire game. And then I spent like 30 minutes at the very end in the epilogue just selling off all of my items for one stupid joke of trying to buy out the shopkeeper so I could open up the authentic deli. All that for one stupid joke right at the end. Ah. Well, there goes our streak. We are no longer pressured to get 5 in a row. Sort of relieved right now. Because this has happened before where I've gotten 4 in a row and my heart just beats incredibly fast. So much stress. Oh, nice. Well, that is incredibly generous, man. That is great to see people willing to share the wealth like that, but no. Yeah, you were the hot air balloon, right? What were you at the very beginning? Because I know you evolved from something else into the hot air balloon, and then I just kept you at that. Yeah, the hot air balloon. And I know that BW was someone as well. I can't quite recall was B? I know I named someone, or I know I named something after BW. I can't recall. Maybe you'll have a better idea. I want to say it was a cat, but no. Yeah, you need to go back and look. Like, I know Gothamite was a bat. Terrorblade was the starting character. He was the Oni with the sword. Chase was the healer, the little plant thing. Automaton Creature was a robot. Evil Dead Fan, I think, was a zombie. Oh, dude, don't worry about that. Like, I feel like your memory at 14 hours is much better than mine at 1 hour. What else? Who else did I have? Trying to think off the top of my head. I had a dragon. Who was the dragon? Not Ordinary in Gaming was the dragon, I believe. And I remember having to do something special for his name because it couldn't fit all the characters. He became No with an O struck through it. Maybe you were the Ice Queen character. See, now I want to know. Like, I feel like I might have done something on Twitter where I referenced it. So maybe I can go back and find that, though that's, like, many years back. That was in 2016, I believe. Oh no, you don't need to go through that trouble. But I feel like most of the people I put their name to be appropriate with the character that they became. For the most part. Like Deimos Dragon. Actually, Deimos Dragon might have been the dragon, not Automaton Creature, not Ordinary in Gaming. So, if Deimos Dragon was the dragon, then maybe not Ordinary in Gaming was something else. Dustin was a lemur, right? He was right at the beginning. Oh man, that's gonna bug me now. I feel like I should know that. And the problem is, with some of those characters, I didn't really use them that often. I stuck with like 4 or 5, and that was it. But yet, going back to what you were saying, that's why you like Ni no Kuni 1 over 2, I'm in the same boat. Like, I loved Ni no Kuni 2's combat. Like, that's the thing I had over the first game. I preferred the combat. The story, however, massively better in the first game. Well, I'm the one who played it, that's why I should remember. But yeah, like, the combat in 2 had those little Pikmin type thing that followed you around, and they would occasionally do things, and they'd jump on the enemies, give you occasional special attacks that you could do. And it was more of a real-time combat system with AI that didn't completely suck, might I add. But Ni no Kuni 1, just massively better story. Didn't have plot holes. Ni no Kuni 2 felt rushed. In fact, there was even a section in Ni no Kuni 2, the ice area. Big old giant airship crashed in the middle of that. Not even the DLC mentioned it. So Ni no Kuni 2 felt rushed. The DLC even made the game too easy too, because you got a couple of certain powers that made your spellcasting incredibly OP. From experience, you know that a streamer/LPer's brain means not remembering what happened 10 seconds ago. Very true. Yeah, but from experience, you know that a streamer/LPer's brain means not remembering stuff from 10 minutes ago, or 10 seconds ago. Yeah. Yeah, but from experience... I'm not gonna do that joke 3 times. But no, my memory is absolutely shot. I feel like my memory's been terrible even before I started doing Let's Plays. Yeah, Wait, Hydra Dragon was the dragon. I thought Deimos Dragon... Because we had 2 dragons in the chat. It was a Deimos Dragon and a Hydra Dragon. Maybe I named Deimos after a demon-type character, like something with horns. Oh, I thought I was gonna get that golden ring there. There we go. There was a ping one. Wait, no, Zeke might have been the ping one. Because I have a real-life friend who I know from high school that I'm pretty sure I named after him. Who actually started getting into streaming after I did, primarily because of me, which is weird. Like a guy I knew in high school, watched him on my streams for a bit, and then he started streaming. Oh my god, it is Penguin Watch 2020, we have found him. It only took us 5 hours and 45 minutes, but the Penguin has landed. How does this map actually work? Where are the Penguins? Come here, George. I will hug you and squeeze you, and I will call you George. Okay, so it looks like the longer you hold them, the more points you get. No. Okay, you know what? You can have Penguin. You're also blue team. He's getting away! After that Penguin! Chase that Penguin! This is straight up... Oh, what is... crap, what is the name of that game from Harry Potter? The Snitch. Catch that snitch. Hold on to him. Yes, protect him. Protect our buddy. I am your bodyguard. They will not get Bort. Bort is ours. I mean, we're leading by quite a bit. We've got more than double second place. We've got more than what second and third place have together. No, Bort! I want to hug and squeeze and hug. But Bort. The Bort, the. Get him. What is your name? Jake the Beast, I'm working with you. Me and you, best tag team ever. Get him. Oh. We will not let the hot dog come in second. We're gonna cut him off? I like this minigame, not just because we won by a wide margin. It was not as wide as I thought it was. Holy crap, Red had 96 points to our 101. I like the map, though. How fitting. How fitting was that we mentioned Zeke the Penguin in Ni no Kuni, and then we got Penguin map. That is a conspiracy right there. From now on, Zeke is being mentioned every time we're in the semifinals. Just so Penguin will show up. That is a coincidence. But yeah, nearly 6 hours! It took nearly 6 hours to finally get the Penguin. Thank you, Mediatonic, for throwing us that bone. I was willing to go for 24 hours until we saw Penguin. This stream was not going to end until we saw the Penguin. I hate the fact that you're making me say Penguin over and over. Nice try, Elf. So yeah, you're looking at the final video to see if you can find the full team roster of characters in Ni no Kuni. Which actually, it completely slipped my mind. We were talking about remasters earlier. Games being remastered. Ni no Kuni has a PS4 remaster that I just bought for my niece for Christmas. Because she's big into Pokemon, she's huge into Pokemon, so I'm hoping that she has a good time with Ni no Kuni. Because that's the thing, it's a great game, I really loved it. I think it's one of those games that anyone who likes RPG should absolutely experience. Oh, bad snowman. Wait, weren't you the guy I was tag teaming with the Penguin, and now you're betraying me? Marty Jannetty. You are a straight up Marty Jannetty. Well, right through the stained glass window you go. Yeah, me and that beast guy, we were working together to catch those Penguins. We were on the same team there. We were a great tag team. I was his bodyguard. We were great. We managed to score like 80 points together. And then he tries to betray me? Nah. That ain't cool. Well, just like Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, I'm the one out on top. Although, technically, Shawn Michaels threw Marty Jannetty through a window, so he was the betrayer. But we're gonna ignore that. There we go. Haven't gotten my honk in for this map yet. Just one courtesy honk. A friendly reminder to let him know. I'm so glad they fixed that one glitch on this map from long ago, from Season 1. It used to be that if you jumped right there on the crack between the two platforms, you would fall off. But booyah, baby, win number 254. No longer on a streak, but that is still four on the day. Which means I can also change the title of the stream to 254 wins plus. It's amazing though. I'm getting 0 wins for the first 5 hours. And then it's boom, win, boom, win, boom, win. I lose, boom, win. Once you get on a streak, once you're in a rhythm, this game just connects with you. Nah, sadly I can't get the inconceivable trophy anymore. But if I can get one more win, that's at least my average. Normally when I play, I can get about 5 a day. But no. We broke our streak. Fall Mountain was our curse. But we've made it to the finale all 5 times. Which is saying something. So it was Thin Ice win. Roll-Off win. Roll-Off win. Fall Mountain loss. Jump Showdown win. Yeah, that took a while to load. I was actually a little bit scared, because this game has crashed on me in the past. For the most part, it is optimized rather well. You very rarely see crashes, but they have happened. Also, I do need to cool it. I feel like my heads might be inflating a little bit right now. So, you know, back to being humble. Oh, I need to look up that crocodile skin, because I'm thinking that might be a premium. You might need to buy that one. Because that so much reminds me of the crocodile in Donkey Kong. And I want it. I want that crocodile skin more than I wanted the dragon skin in Season 2, to be honest. Boom, 3rd place. Final team was Terrorblade the starter, who was the little Oni with the sword. Pi, the hot air balloon, Chase the fairy, the healer, and Zeke the penguin. Hydra Dragon the dragon. Right, Paladin Knight. Forgot about that. Paladin Knight the knight imp. Dustin the lemur. Automaton creature the robot. Devin Gray was a rabbit. Right. And the ones I had on the other character, you're not entirely sure. So then what exactly was BW? I know I named something after you. I want to say it was Velvet. I named a cat after Velvet. I remember, like, a cat with a knife. A black cat with a knife I named Velvet. That was the one character in the entire game that I did not name after a viewer. I had an Ice Queen. I'm wondering if I named you after the Ice Queen. I'll have to go back and look myself, too. Yeah, that is a flashback. Like, a lot of those people were from 5-Day Gamers who I haven't seen in a long time. Like, I took part in the 5-Day Gamers a while back, but apparently they've changed up a bunch of things over the past few years, and I don't know if it's different management. I know that EDF kind of handed the reins off to someone else. I don't know if he's still doing stuff with them. I know he's tweeted me, or not tweeted me out, but he has talked to me on Discord about joining, but have not had the time to do that. But yeah, a couple of those people were from 5-Day Gamers. Okay, so I might want to avoid blue right now and go after yellow instead, because blue has enough people where they're actually defending the base, which makes it incredibly hard. Wow, the game is actually chugging along right now. We're getting like 10 frames a second. I don't know if that's coming across on screen, but it is lagging like crazy right now. Okay, this is actually kind of getting bad. It's getting slower and we're actively in bullet time right now. We are playing the game in bullet time. Yeah, as soon as this... I think, you know what? I'm gonna have to quit this game because it is getting really bad. Is my commentary even lagging, or is it just the game? It is just the game, so you know what? We're gonna quit. I don't know if it's this round. I noticed it was getting a little bit laggy, or it was taking a while to load. Yeah, it was taking a while to even load the map. Maybe it's someone with a terrible connection. We're back to smooth. So whatever happened, I'm thinking was based on a single player's connection to the server, maybe messing with things, because we're smooth again. We're back to 60. Good news, I don't have to restart the stream. It was unplayable. Like, it was getting worse and worse. If I want to play something with bullet time, I'll play Max Payne. Fall Guys ain't suited for that. Now, if it happens again, I may have to quit the game and reboot it. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully that was just a one-time thing. Actually, no, if it happens again, I'll switch servers. Because we're on the East Coast now. I have noticed in the past that the East Coast server does tend to have issues every so often. I'll switch it to West, and then if we continue to have issues, I'll reboot. But again, hopefully that was just a one-time thing. Crossing my fingers. Seems smooth. I think we're golden. What about the West? The West-East servers. But no, yeah, for whatever reason, I don't get it, I don't understand it. East servers tend to get hammered a lot harder than West Coast. That's why I actually started off the day in the West Coast servers. Only reason I switched back to East is because it was taking a while to load. And that could have been just because not enough people were home. And first place. West Coast is the Beast Coast. Like, if I didn't have my PS3 actually boxed up right now, which... It's boxed up. But if I didn't have my PS3 boxed up, I'd actually load Ni no Kuni to find out all the character names. Like, just load the save file. I could always unbox it, plug it into another TV, and try that. Then I'd have to find... I actually don't know where my copy of Ni no Kuni's at. Because I know I saved it. Because a couple years ago I was planning to give my PS3 copy to my niece. but she never got a PS3, so I never did that. And then I just ended up buying her the PS4 version. But I think I know where my PS3 games are at. See, this is what sucks about the PS4 not having backwards compatibility. There are so many games I never played for the PS3 that I wish I could. Oh, did you really? Wait, didn't they remaster the Metal Gear series on the PS4? I feel like they must have. Even if it was just a digital release. Alternatively, you could, I'm pretty sure alternatively you could just download PS Now. Because they've got a lot of games on PS Now that were PS3 only. Huh, the only PS4 Metal Gear game is 5. Interesting. Well, I'm sure they got the Metal Gear franchise on PS Now, though. I'd be surprised if they didn't. Nah, I'm good without clicking on a link and becoming famous. Thanks, though. How do you... How do you do this? I don't know how to delete messages in my own chat. Wait, here we go. Maybe? Oh no, the game's back on, and I have someone to ban. This is what happens when you don't use Twitch. You have no idea how to ban people. Oh, you reported it? Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I gave you... Wait, don't you... I know I gave a bunch of people mod ship back during Dead Cells. I know I gave Mixpad one. Don't know who all my mods are. Like, I remember there used to be like a little thing you could click for different options. You could mute your channel, you could go into subscriber-only mode. Alright, let's see if I can fix this. Oh, we can fix that easily. Oh, maybe not easily, but we can try and fix that. There we go. Manage that one. There you go. There's got to be a way to do this easier. Oh, you got it. Thank you very much. Maybe I need to mod myself. Interesting, though. It used to be so easy to do stuff like that in Twitch. Wait, there's a Metal Gear movie being worked on? How did I not know about this? Like, I'm aware of a Monster Hunter movie, which looks absolutely atrocious. And I know Tom Holland is the new Nathan Drake in the Uncharted movie. But I had no idea they were doing a Metal Gear movie. Oh boy, I sure do hope they hire Kiefer Sutherland as the actor for that one. There's been next to no news on it? That might be why. Or better, yeah, let's have Kiefer Sutherland as Snake in the new Metal Gear movie. %. I never did realize or look at what yellow has. Blue has blueberries, red has chopped up strawberries. I want to say yellow has bananas, but I have not really paid attention. Alright, so there's a mod view. Oscar Isaac stars Solid Snake in the new movie. I have no idea who Oscar Isaac is. Are there any movies that he's done recently that I might know of? Ah, here we go. I had show mod icons disabled. Well, now that they're enabled, I can automatically do things. Okay, we're good. Well, let's toggle that off for now so I don't accidentally click stuff. But aha, now I know there's that option. Oh, he was Poe in the new Star Wars. Okay. Yeah. Really? He's the choice for Snake? I mean, he wasn't a bad actor. I liked him in Star Wars. But that's an interesting choice. Personally, I would have gone for that Australian actor whose name escapes me right now, who played Deathstroke in the CW. I think he's Australian. As soon as this match ends, I'll look up his name. The director is Jordan Vaught Roberts. No idea who that is either. I'm not good with director names. Oh god, give me a platform, please! Oh no! That was way too long. At least it's not Yule Bowl. Any type of video game related movie that Yule Bowl is attached to, don't trust. Okay, who was the actor who played Deathstroke in CW? Let me find that out. Manu Bennett. Manu Bennett. That's who I would have cast for Snake. New Zealand. Very sorry for that. Very sorry for mixing up Australia for New Zealand. I could be killed for something like that. But no. Jonathan Manu Bennett. Okay, he did Kong Skull Island. I did see that one. That's the one with Jack Black and, no, that's a different one. Skull Island is the one with Samuel L. Jackson, I believe. Because there's 2 King Kong movies that came out in the past 15 years. One with Jack Black, and then one with another comedian and Samuel L. Jackson. Skull Island is a 2017 one, right? Who was the comedian in Skull Island? Because I remember there was a surprising actor that showed up. Like Will Ferrell or someone. John Goodman, that's who it was. Definitely not Will Ferrell. No, John Goodman wasn't the comedian. Who was the comedian? John C. Reilly. Okay, that's why I confused them. Very close to Will Ferrell. John C. Reilly's actually done a few things with Will Ferrell. Sometimes my mind just makes random connections where there absolutely are none. In this case, it actually made sense. Those two were in Step Brothers together. I think they were also in Talladega Nights, too. Which was actually filmed here in Charlotte. Don't touch it, don't touch it. Good. There we go. I do need to see the new King Kong movie. The one, it's King Kong vs. Godzilla. Or has that one not come out yet? I can look that up myself. Let me see. Because, yeah, they're doing an entire new kaiju-type film line. Kong vs. Godzilla, May 21st of next year, so it has not come out yet. Oh, right. So, Kong vs. Godzilla is one of those HBO Max movies that's being simul-released at the same time as the theaters. I remember them announcing that a few weeks ago, that a bunch of WB movies will be released on HBO Max at the same time as they're released in theaters. Which is a very interesting idea, and a giant middle finger to AMC. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how it pays off. Because you have to imagine, not many people are going to go through the effort of going to a movie theater. Especially with things going on as they are, to see a movie when they can just stay home and watch it on HBO. So yeah, interesting idea. I mean, I'm all for it, but whether or not it's successful... Oh, dude, no worries. Thanks for stopping by. Gotta be up at 4 a.m.? Oh, that early shift. I do not envy you. But yeah, again, thanks for stopping by, man. And I'll be uploading this to YouTube, though, so anything you miss will definitely still be there. Who knows how many more wins I'll end up with. We're sitting at 4 now. Oh, see, I'm the exact opposite. I'm more of a night person. That's why for a while I preferred having the night shift jobs. Like I was an overnight stalker over at Toys R Us for a while. Not a fun job, to be honest, but it fit my schedule a lot better. Yeah, the Tom Holland Uncharted movie, I'm very on edge about. I don't think it's going to work out. I mean, you're looking at early days Nathan Drake. I wasn't a fan of Uncharted 3's early days Nathan Drake. Now listen to Nolan North, the actor who portrayed him was a great kid. That's no knock on him. It's just I wasn't a fan of those scenes of early Drake. And I can't see how well it's going to translate to the big screen. And spoiler alert, I'm curious on whether or not they'll acknowledge the events of Uncharted 4, which got completely retconned into existence. That is not what happened. Let's pretend Uncharted 4 never happened. His backstory is not what they said it was. Like, what was the name of the director? What is that her name? There was a female director who worked on the first 3 Uncharted games and then ended up leaving before Uncharted 4 was finished and ended up getting changed wildly. I believe she also worked on a different series that was well received as well. Let's see. Amy Hennig, that's it. Yeah, Amy Hennig worked on the first 3 Uncharted games. Amazing trilogy. Uncharted 4, can't say I was a fan. Coincidentally, she wasn't really involved in that one as much. Any nods to the Uncharted comics? I wasn't aware there were any Uncharted comics. I know there was a PSP game, The Golden Abyss, that I've never played. But I've never heard of an Uncharted comic series. Huh. Oh my god! Cactus is actively sabotaging us. You're kidding. We've got a self-sabotager here. Huh. Why would he do such a thing? Is he like working on another team with someone else, or is he just a troll? That's interesting. It's not very often you find someone actively sabotaging their own team. No, I know who he is now. I'm not gonna flat out name him. His name popped up there for a second, that's all I'll give him. Yeah, we've lost. Oh. So that's no fun at all when you have an active griefer. So Uncharted 3 was actually your first Uncharted game because it was free for PS Plus. Didn't they recently release the the Uncharted collection for free as well? Ow! Bumped my knee. Like, I think it was a couple months ago they released the Uncharted collection on the PS Plus. Now, also, that's actually how I played Uncharted 4, because that was free for PS Plus. Was not going to actually spend money on it. Because even before I played it, I'd heard bad reviews. Oh, nice. When you got your PS4, it came bundled for free. The Uncharted collection. Nice. I don't think... No, my PS4 wasn't bundled with anything. Which actually, speaking of PS4s nowadays, it used to be when you bought a PS4 brand new, they would give you, I think, a 10% discount voucher for the store. Apparently they don't do that anymore. At least that's what I've heard. Which is a shame. Might even be a 15% discount, I can't remember. But I remember when I bought my PS4, it came with that discount, and I ended up kind of going overboard, buying a bunch of games that I still have not played. Like Dragon Quest Builders I bought at launch, or not at launch, at when I first got the console. And not only have I not played Dragon Quest Builders, I've bought Dragon Quest Builders 2 and I haven't played that one either. Which my niece has been trying to get me to play for the longest time. That and World of Final Fantasy. Whoops. And we're in. Third place. Yeah, I think we're at a point now where I can reliably do these races, the new races. Once I'm consistently in the top 10, I can, like, look away and play them. Oh my god, Devil May Cry. I need to play Devil May Cry so bad. I own the trilogy on PS3, on PS4, and on Steam. I need to play them. I've been talking about playing them since I played Darksiders 1. It's just one of those series that's just been flying under my radar in my backlog. I was actually planning on playing it when Devil May Cry 5 came out, but I got distracted with... I can't even remember what I got distracted with, but I ended up playing something else instead, and didn't have the time for DMC. And that's probably the best way to do it chronologically. I mean, you're looking at certain games like Kingdom Hearts. Personally, in my opinion, I would say Kingdom Hearts is best played out of order. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and then all the spin-off games. That's the way most people recommend playing them. But I would say start with Birth by Sleep? Which one is it? I think it is Birth by Sleep. The one with, Ventus and all the others. With Terra, Ventus, and Aqua. That's the one I would say play first. Which is absolutely my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. But yeah, playing them chronologically, that's definitely the way to go for most other series. Yeah, Birth by Sleep predates Kingdom Hearts 1, so that's why I would say start off with that one. Plus, again, in my opinion, it's the best of the series. So it puts a good taste in your mouth for how the rest of the games will go. Even if, you know, Kingdom Hearts 1's kind of... the combat's not great, you still get a good idea of how the series is going to go. The best thing about Birth by Sleep is that you can break it from the beginning. If you look up combinations online, then on your second and third playthrough, your second and third characters, you can almost instantly, from the third world, get some of the best spells to cast, and then you can just breeze through everyone. Conversely, Dream Drop Distance, which I played right after Birth by Sleep, by far my least favorite. There was just something wrong with Dream Drop Distance. Not just the story. That game, again, in my opinion, Dream Drop Distance kind of ruined Kingdom Hearts. The stuff it added, completely unnecessary. Right, yeah, in World of Final Fantasy, Sora was... I think I actually managed to pick him up. I didn't own World of Final Fantasy at the time, but I think I downloaded his DLC content first. So whenever I do decide to play World of Final Fantasy, I should be able to use Sora. Oh, really? Just everyone bouncing on my head, using me as a stepping stool. Same for you too, yeah. There might be people who really love Dream Drop Distance, but I don't know. It just added too much to the story that was unnecessary, and the gameplay itself was... some of those worlds were massive with nothing in them. They were barren. And the whole flying mechanic... Like, you were given certain abilities, like double and triple jump, after you were given fly. It's like, well, I can already reach these areas and these secret chests. Why do I need double and triple jump now, when I can just glide to them with an earlier ability that's unlimited? They managed to limit it in Kingdom Hearts 3, they drew it back, they realized how OP it was. But for Dream Drop Distance, there were just certain mechanics that didn't work. If I do World of Final Fantasy, you'll play alongside me? Maybe. I'll have to look into... Like there are games on the PS4 where you cannot broadcast the gameplay or the movies. The cutscenes. And I'd have to find out whether or not World of Final Fantasy is one of those. Because I would hate to get to near the end of the game and then have that notification pop up that says, you cannot broadcast this section of the game. And then completely just have to black it out and just not be there. So you'll have to look that up first. Unless, of course, I get a new capture card before then I don't have to worry about those blocked scenes. That is such a stupid thing that devs have done. Like, they know that some people will have capture cards that can bypass blocked scenes, so why even do that in the first place? Wait, where are we going? Where are we going? Alright, we want to go for another box? Go for it. There we go. Yeah, it's completely unnecessary when, like, Arkham Knight. Good example. There was a big... I say big. There was a twist in Arkham Knight that had that gameplay block thing. It's like, why? It's not like it's gonna hide stuff. People are going to upload it regardless. And they did, obviously, day one. So putting that block thing doesn't really protect your story from getting out there. It just means an extra obstacle. Here we are, roll off again. Time for redemption. I can't even remember how I got eliminated last time. I don't think it was due to a grabber. Losing my voice now. A grabber. Yeah, exactly, like Utada's music in Kingdom Hearts. Or, very specifically, actually, I don't think I could do Dragon Quest Builders on stream because, if I remember right, the composer for Dragon Quest doesn't like his music being on stream. I remember a big thing happening with Dragon Quest XI where the composer was flat out blocking people who uploaded the intro to the game. Because he didn't want his music. No, I don't think it wasn't Dragon Quest XI, it was Dragon Quest Heroes. Like, he didn't want his music out there, which that's every right to say no, but it is bad form. Ho 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 ho. That almost pushed me right in. Okay, at this speed, while I would normally want to jump from one platform to the other when I think it's safe, the amount of time it takes to actually stand back up would be unsafe. I'd be on the ground for far too long, so jumping is not an option. It's just hoping you can run from one to the next in time. Down to 3. Like, he has no problem, he's diving. But I'm not willing to make that gamble. Nope. So who took it? That's nice of them, that Square's put a lot of their music on Spotify. I'm pretty sure Nintendo's done the same thing. Dirty Geeb Water, congratulations. Like, I feel like on Spotify you're gonna find a lot of Zelda music. Hey, we can be a White Walker now. We got blue eyes. There's a skin they could do, that just popped in my mind. Although, without crossing into copyright material, how would they do a White Walker without it looking too much like a White Walker? I mean, essentially, White Walkers are just Darth Maul from Star Wars, painted white. But I feel like there might be a way to do it. It'd be a nice skin to have. Ah, you can't wait till they put up the Final Fantasy XIV music on Spotify? That's the thing, I don't think I've actually listened to any Final Fantasy music since 10. Like, 10 had an amazing soundtrack. Like, I actually bought the CD for that. Funnily enough, there was a task, I don't even know how to refer to this, was some sort of work assignment back in high school where they had you put a soundtrack to a book. It was an English class. And for the most part, my soundtrack that I chose was Final Fantasy X. What was the book? It was like Curse of the Pearl or something like that. I don't remember the name of the book, but it was something to do with the Pearl. And I actually put the Final Fantasy X soundtrack to that, and it worked. There was enough variety in the soundtrack that I don't think the teacher realized most of the songs were from the same thing. But it was a decent grade. Don't know where that CD is nowadays, though. Like most of my stuff, it's either boxed up somewhere or gone. And one thing I do want to try with this map at least once, to see if it's possible, even if it is a time sink and it's going to cost me more than it's going to help me, I want to see if it's possible to hit one of those golden rings in the middle, even if it's the second ring. I want to see if it's possible. Because if you can time it right, it would be a nice early lead that you could get. No, I don't think it's possible. Like, that jump right there, I was all the way at the top. Hit it square center. Well, not that time. No, I don't think you can get enough height where you can hit that center ring. I think it's a red herring. Five golden rings. Five golden rings, 4 horseshoes, and 3 peg wins. There's probably I'm sure someone's come out with a version of Fall Guys to that song. Let's see, it would be 5 points for a golden ring. 4. What are there 4 of in this game? I mean, you could just say that about anything, really. It doesn't have to necessarily be something there's 4 of. 4 tail grabs, 3 peg wins. 2 giant balls, and a crown that you try to grab. Nope. Crown is definitely going to be the final thing. And a crown that you just can't grab. There we go. But you have to start it all the way back at 10. So, you know, come back at the end of the stream. I'll come up with another 5 things to add to that. Really? I'm just getting sniped by that snowball. Right to my face every time. Now, one good thing I've noticed is that you don't necessarily need to grab on those, which, had they made them just like an inch taller, could have made this map entirely different. Because then you're trying to compete with everyone trying to grab those platforms and climb up, which, even at the best of times, doesn't always register, as we've seen in Wall Guys. See, now you got me wondering how to adapt that song. Let's see. Whoa! Those guys flew. Oh, there's a red... Yeah, no surprise there there'd be a redneck version of 12 Days. There's probably a 12 Days for just about anything you can think of, but... Has a 12 Days of Fall Guys come out yet? I mean, if they're gonna do one, they would do one starting on the 13th. I'm sure someone's doing it. "12 hexagons, 11... See, I don't even know what the original song is, so I can't really draw parallels to it. Partridge in a pear tree. I feel like you'd have to do a twist where it'd be a crown that you just can't win. But how do you rhyme... What would you rhyme win with? Pie flannel shirts, yep. Where did our ball go? Okay, over there. Kind of lost track of it looking at chat. Getting too distracted by the 12 Days of Redneck Christmas. Not enough beer bellies in there. The true Redneck Christmas will have a lot of beer. 12 beers and 11 beers, 10 beers, 9 beers, 8 beers, 7 beers. No, actually, 12 would start with a 12-pack. I will guarantee you the 12 Days of Redneck Christmas starts with a 12-pack. Yep, I absolutely knew it. 12 starts with a 12-pack of Bud Elvin wrestling tickets. No, wait, what? Let me read that again. A 12-pack, 11 wrestling tickets. What the heck is 10? Acco... What? Acco Penhagen? I have no idea what that is. A Copenhagen. Okay. Had to read that differently. It was translated weirdly in my mind. A Copenhagen. Never seen it written out. 9 years probation, 8 table dancers, 7 packs of Redmond, 6 cans of Spam, 5 flannel shirts, 4 Big Mud tires, 3 shotgun shells, 2 hunting dogs, and parts to a Mustang GT. I think I'm more excited about the 12 Days of Fall Guys. Oh man. Actually, you know what? Screw one crown that you can't win. What's the name of that streamer who spent like 2 months trying to get a single win and finally got one? It took him forever to get a single win in Fall Guys. He was playing it almost every single day. I think he would be the first day of Christmas. And Kingdom Hearts would be 13, yeah, makes sense. Everything in Kingdom Hearts is 13. They obsess with that number. Even when it doesn't make sense of the plot. Let's throw in 13 somehow. But no, throw in 13. But what if 13? But there's only 13. "13 shoe horns." Alright, so here we go. I haven't noticed any grabbers, so I think we're safe for the most part. Just a matter of switching the camera fast enough. And hoping that, unlike last time, we don't end up in a situation where there's a big, long, like this, a big, long stretch of no platform to transition onto. One left. Can I beat the fairy unicorn? Oh, no! I transitioned too soon. Yeah, I did see the newest Smash Brothers character. A little bit surprised it's Sephiroth. I mean, not too surprised considering that Cloud's already in there. I mean, it seems like this season, both season passes have been all about putting the villains to existing characters. There was King K. Rool, I think he was a DLC character. Now Sephiroth. There was another villain that was attached to an existing character that I can't remember. Tim the Tatman, that's the guy who spent 2 months before he finally got a win. So Tim the Tatman would be on the first day of Christmas. And Tim the Tatman's very first win. Personally, I'm waiting for Geno to pop up as like the final character for the season pass. They've got to do Geno. People have been wanting Geno since Brawl. Actually, I think people have been wanting Geno since... No, yeah, since Brawl. Because that's when they started doing DLC characters. Or not DLC, unlockables. Third parties. Oh, there's actually a funny image floating around of the Cloud and Sephiroth fight from the Smash trailer, with Mario still on Sephiroth's sword when they clash. So here you have Mario just floating at the very top of Sephiroth's blade. Oh. Oh man, I'm not first. Holy, I've been going for almost 7 hours now. I was joking, like legitimately, I was joking when I said a 12-hour stream. We're not that far off. We're at 7 hours. This has legitimately been my longest stream now, because I think not Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is in my brain now. Ni no Kuni, I think the longest stream I did of that was maybe a 6-hour stream. And that was near the end of the game, and I was just trying to finish it. Because I was like, I want to finish Ni no Kuni before Christmas, so let me do an extra long stream. Went for 6 hours. This is just a casual one-off of Fall Guys, and here we are at 7 hours. Tell you, this game is addicting. Gotta go fast. Hit all the rings, not like that. So I'll admit, like, I had worries about this one. This was the one map I was worried about before I even started today. Because I was thinking that with the way the collision is, that you'd very much likely end up in a scenario where you have 10 beans all going for a singular ring, all colliding with each other, bumping each other off to the point where no one's getting a ring at all. Thankfully, it's not that bad, but that was my biggest fear for this map. That's a reach. There's no way they planned for that since Kingdom Hearts 2. That's a massive reach. Like, if anything, I'd say that they were... Because the Final Fantasy VII Remake has been in development probably since Kingdom Hearts 2. So if anything, it'd be a reference to that, as opposed to their introduction into Smash. But, like, Final Fantasy VII, maybe 15 years, maybe longer for them to finally develop it. It's just fun to think about. Yeah, it's a fun fan theory for, like, fan canon, unofficial canon. But yeah, there's no way they've been plotting that since Kingdom Hearts 2. And if they were plotting that since Kingdom Hearts 2, move over Avengers, that's the most ambitious crossover ever. To be plotting that for that long. No, don't fall. Because I think last time we fell, we started back at the very start. Gee, I mentioned this earlier. I'm assuming weeks from now, there's going to be a new meta for this map, where people will be grabbing. Like right now, I could just wait back for a second and then grab someone. Like that. Okay, that didn't work. Probably it's not going to work on the last box. But if you wait back during one of the earlier boxes and you grab someone, that's going to slow them down enough where they're going to get clipped and they're going to go flying off the map. And I am predicting in a few weeks that meta will be what happens. And I probably just made an enemy of myself with Orange. I attempted to grab him. Now if we make it to Jump Showdown or something else, he's going to target me because he thinks I'm a graboid. Yeah, you know what? I could see Sora being in... But... I'm trying to think, are there any DLC characters in Smash that aren't already on the Switch? Or a Nintendo platform in general? Because Cloud and Sephiroth, if I'm not mistaken, Final Fantasy VII Original is on the Switch. Like, maybe? I don't know. Kingdom Hearts 3 is not. Again, I could be wrong about that, but it seems like all the characters that they add at least have some representation on a Nintendo platform. Metal Gear has a representation in some form, even if it's not on the Switch, it's in a past console, like on GameCube. I believe it was, what, Snake Eater on GameCube? Personally, again, I'd rather see Geno. Mario RPG just does not get the respect it deserves from Nintendo. That game introduced so many people to RPGs. Yeah, you know what? I'm mistaken. You are absolutely right. Sora has been on Nintendo before. Dream Drop Distance. No, not Dream... Wait. No, it wasn't Dream Drop Distance. It was, Chain of Memories, I believe. And then a couple other games. Yeah, you know, you are absolutely right. I'm mistaken. So he's absolutely a contender for Smash. Very valid point. Has Red given up? Because we have two people harassing us from their team. Either that, or they think the one or two people they have is enough to move the ball. Well, apparently they might be right. Because we're both at 71%. Yes, move it towards... Move it towards the boxes. That might be what we needed. We've broken away from Red, and we've gotten a good advantage. There we go. All you need are those boxes. Chain of Memories, Days, right, 356 days. Recoded, Dream Drop Melody. Is Melody, or Dream Drop Distance and Melody of Memories? I wasn't aware that the new rhythm game was on the Switch. Right, No More Heroes, Travis touchdown. And there is a new No More Heroes game coming out, I believe. Could be how many characters do they have left of this season pass? Because I know they had to introduce a second one just to add more characters. Like, how many are left of Season 2? It's on the Switch with an exclusive mode. Interesting. Curious that they would do that. So yeah, the theory that Sora might be in Smash kind of holds water now. Because if they're willing to do an exclusive thing just for the Switch, that means they have a partnership. And then they brought No More Heroes 1 and 2 onto the Switch. And I don't think that means enough where they're gonna put him in the game. Okay, time to start figuring out what I need to do. Start strategizing. Okay, I need to get rid of this guy, because he's got a good platform all to himself. I think I just screwed myself. Yep, I did. There was no way I was going to make it back to that, and even if I did, that's only 3 tiles to work with, as opposed to these guys who have many to work with. Basically, it's just a special multiplayer mode. That's still interesting that they went out of their way, though. Leads me to believe that the probability that Sora's in it might be higher. And I think it'd be unfair if they did Geno and Sora, because that's another Square property. Because they did the Dragon Quest... They did the Dragon Quest guy too, didn't they? Or am I thinking of something different? I know they introduced the Dragon Quest character into the new Jump Ultra Stars fighting game. But did they introduce Dragon Quest? No, they did. They introduced Dragon Quest XI Hero. The Luminary. So yeah, Square's gotten a lot of representation in these season passes. I mean, forget calling them season passes, they're Square passes. So, trying to think of non-Square IP, who else could they add? Crash Bandicoot. They could add Crash Bandicoot. His trilogy got released on the Switch. Don't think they put Crash 4 though. That's PlayStation exclusive. But I would like to see Crash because Crash Bandicoot, he wasn't in the PlayStation All-Stars, which he should have been. So I would like to see Crash in Smash. Spyro, there's no way in hell they're making Spyro in Smash. Again, it's one of those pipe dreams. But I just don't see how he would play. He's got a certain number of attacks, sure, but he's low to the ground. And I feel like the animation for him would be off. A lot harder to design for. But Crash Bandicoot, I could see him being in Smash. Oh my god, I'm not going to qualify. I just keep hitting these flippers. I somehow... It's a miracle. I still qualified. I hit the flippers like 20 times. Yeah, Crash I see far more likely than Spyro. Just because Spyro's four-legged. There's no four-legged characters in Smash. The closest is Diddy Kong, who's hunched over. There's no four-legged animals in Smash. So I just don't think that they could do Spyro. It'd be weird to animate. Duck Hunt! You are right, Duck Hunt is in the game, so... And Duck Hunt was in the last one too. I completely... See, with the roster this big, it's easy to give some oversight. But you're right, yeah, Duck Hunt's in there. Huh. Yeah, well, I mean, that completely blows out my theory. It is possible to have four-legged creatures in Smash. The animation, the skeleton is there. Because if there wasn't, then I'd have to imagine they'd have to do everything from the ground up. Grabs and everything. Ledge grabs, character grabs. That'd be too much work, but if they already have the skeleton for Duck Hunt in there, it's just an easy... Well, not easy, but it's not as much work to transpose Spyro to a similar skeleton. Okay. Maybe they'll do Spyro as an assist trophy. Give Crash an actual character. Is the Ring Fit character that different than the Wii Trainer? Yeah, give Wii Trainer a partner. Like, I feel like if they were going to do the Wii, the Ring Fit, they could just reskin, just give a couple of new skins to the Wii Trainer. That or turn them into an amiibo skin. They still do amiibos on the Switch, don't they? Amiibo fighters? No, they're not amiibos, they're something else. They're Miis. Yeah, give them a Mii. That's the thing, I don't even own a Switch. I need to buy one. I was holding off for the longest time because I was waiting for more games to arrive. And I'd say there's definitely enough games now. Now it's less of a wait for games and more of a wait for money type thing. I know once Pikmin 4 arrives, that's gonna be... like, I'd be hard-pressed not to buy a Switch at that point. Although they did come out with a recent remaster of Pikmin 3, didn't they? Which I was incredibly surprised about because of the way that the game was handled on the Wii U, that it very strongly and heavily used the Wii U controller. They're making an amiibo for all the DLC fighters, which means Amiibo Sephiroth. Nice. Yeah, Pikmin 3 with extra content. I'm very curious as to how... like, is Pikmin 3 even out now? Is the remaster out? I know they announced it a while back. I don't know if it's actually out, though. And multiplayer for the story mode. I feel like multiplayer was already there, but I can't remember. I only saw clips of the game. Because I refused to buy a Wii U. Like 99% of the population. Like 2 people owned a Wii U. We're already to the finale. That was actually really quick. I like blinked and we're already here. It actually came out on Halloween, so it's out now. So I need to look that up. I'm very curious. I want to know how they handled the switch from, no pun intended, the switch from the Wii U gamepad and all the inputs you put on that gamepad to the Switch. I want to see how they transition that over. Multiplayer was only for a separate mode in the original. Okay. So I could have sworn it was multiplayer in the actual story too. But I guess that's because you were switching between multiple characters. Melt these away. Melt them all. Melt out the borders. Don't give people something to jump on. If they do that, they're going to feel safe. We don't want people to feel safe. I've only won Thin Ice once today. I've won Jump Showdown, Roll Off twice, and Thin Ice once. So we need to get another Thin Ice win to feel more confident with this level. Oh my god, I didn't see this as an extra layer. I almost feel like they should differentiate the second color with the third color, because right now they're very hard to tell the difference from. No, don't. He jumped on it right before me, gave him that extra split second. nice. I love games that give you, like, progress, or that allows you to save your progress from the demo over to the full game. Dragon Quest Builders 2 was just like that. I think Dragon Quest 11 as well. But that's the reason I bought Dragon Quest Builders 2. Played the demo for like 10 hours. It was a massive demo. And then had my save. Realized I loved the game. Didn't want to lose all that progress. They allowed me to transfer that over to the full game. And I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm buying it. I need to finish that game. I'm only on the second island.